Hi, this is Tolec for the Andromeda Council. Thank you for joining us. Today is September 10th, 2018. And I'm really honored and blessed to have with me today Allison Coe, who is a QHHT practitioner. There she is, up in the greater Portland, Oregon area. And Allison has become somewhat of an internet phenomenon over the past, I guess, about a year because of the consistency of information that's coming through from your clients. So, Allison, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be, I think, a fun and engaging conversation. We're here today as pretty much a teaser for our upcoming The Great Awakening Messages from Our Galactic Family Conference. It's going to happen this month, and actually 3 weekends. So I don't know about you, but I've been flat out busy. We're talking about all of the different blessings and the synchronicities that are coming up in your life. Why don't you kind of like bring up some of the things that we were talking about earlier in terms of some of the real positive things that are happening in your life, but more specifically, how they're happening when you make choices and how you make choices.
Yeah, we were talking about how a friend put it this way. It's like a quickening is happening. And at least that's what I've noticed in my life lately. Every single day, something new is coming into my life, and I have to make a choice of whether to approach it with my head or approach it with my heart.
Right.
And they will lead me in opposite directions. So if I approach it with my head and I try to logic my way around it, like, oh, I don't know, that may not make sense in my life in a week or 2 months or whatever, or what have you, I will get a completely different result. But if I approach it with my heart, well, I'm given this information and it's not from me. That's where my heart approaches it. Like, it's not from me. It's from my higher self. I can tell, and I better just do it. What happens is I set in motion a chain of events that propels me to the next synchronicity, and the next synchronicity, and the next door and the next door. And I'm just seeing that so evident in my life lately for the past couple months. It is insane. And I say it's like a quickening because it's going like this. It's swirling so fast.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? And I use these metaphors also, how easily, if you will, doors will open that are absolutely transformative and really enjoyable that you didn't expect, simply because you go, all right, I need to sink into my heart to make these decisions. So you go into your heart and you're, all right, this is direction I'm going in. Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like door, and another door that you would have never expected.
Never expected. Yeah. And giving you the exact results that you needed and wanted, but didn't see it logically that this doing this would end up with this result. Right. Or just absolute magic that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, well said. Do you ask for help? I do this all the time. I'm more cognizant of it these days, where it's like I'm working. I'm like, wait. I should not be working this hard to get this kind of result when I'm looking for it. And so I'll look up and go, hey guys, would you please help me out with getting this aspect done, putting the people in place that I need? And then all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 days later, boom.
Yeah.
So I'm asking. How about you?
Absolutely. I'm asking, and I'm expecting an answer now too. Ooh. So it's not just asking. I'm like paying attention and attuning myself to an answer arising. And I have to do a lot of this. I don't know if you have to do it. Like I hold on, like control, like, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And if I feel like I'm putting too much effort into it, I just need to go, I need to do this.
That's right. Well, that's the type A part of us. That's like, okay, you gotta drive the process.
No one else is going to get it done. I have to do it.
And that's been hard for me to step aside and not drive the whole process, whatever that particular process is, because my whole life I thought I was in charge.
No, not at all, right?
No, it's really good. It's been good for me to get out of my own way, actually.
And I'm finding too that it's really good to surrender to the people that are coming into your life. I've had this in one of my sessions that I've been, going through my sessions lately and with a fine-tooth comb and trying to extract the information for this upcoming presentation that we're doing.
Right.
And when I'm going through it, I hear things that it's so detailed. It's almost like I didn't hear it the first time, or I've since forgotten it, that certain information. And one little nugget of information was, oh shoot, I just forgot. Oh my God, what were we just saying? Now, remember, I have a cold, so now I know what I was going to say. I had this client, and he was tasked with bringing down into this world 48 different discoveries, 48 different inventions. Now, he was afraid that he had to do it all on his own, these 48 inventions. And by the time he had a session with me, he had only done 7 of these 48, and they were given to him by a council, a galactic council. And in his session, it was said to him, you don't have to do all 48. You have to do those first 7, and then people will come and they will be so affected by those first 7 that the right people will start being introduced to you. And from those introductions, from those people being around you, from those doors opening up,
right,
the others will come. The other 41 inventions will come from that. It's collaboration. And so what I found is, like, when we're moving into our heart and we're talking with people and we're opening up portals to other people, that the right people come in and they open up doorways to the next, and the next thing. Yeah. And it's not alone. That's the thing. It's not alone. Our head would make us think that this is us having to do stuff all alone, right?
Right.
That's what my head does all the time.
I gotta
do that.
Right. As those of us who have some portion of Part A personalities, we think we got to do it all by ourselves.
We think we got to do it all alone, right? But that's not the case. That's not where we're going. This is a collaboration. This is everybody linking as chains together. You know?
And to use this concept of collaboration and, if you will, synchronicity as a starting point for our formal conversation.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know that, and we talked about this briefly, one of the reasons why I picked up the phone to call you a few months ago was that I had 2 and then 3 women say to me, you gotta go listen to this woman, Allison Coe. She has these clients, these private clients, and she is discovering the same kinds of patterns that you are. And your clients are saying that when they have these experiences in post New Earth or in these other dimensions, they live outside of time. And their people are always saying soon. And I went,
yeah.
That last one, those 4 letters. I'm like, that's it. Yeah. Phone and call Allison. So
that other 4-letter word, huh?
Yeah, right. That other 4-letter word that we've all been hearing for a while. And that's actually a really, really hard one to anticipate. We're going to divert for a moment, but they truly do live outside of time. When those of them that are on ships and have technology, they can look down and see approximately when something's going to happen. But as an example, they've been telling me that the fractal of my spirit essence that's been coming to this planet, I've been coming here for 75,000 years. And I had this conversation with them, and we were talking about how I had always been a student of time. And I needed to change my perspective. I wanted to find out what time was like for them. I said, I've been asking this question for years in different lives. Give me a comparison. And I finally said, what's it like for you guys when I come down here and I'm gone? And now that you tell me I've been gone for 75,000 years, how long does it feel for you guys, using approximate Earth terms? And they said, you'd call it like a 1.5-year business trip. What, 75,000 years?
That puts soon into a little bit of a perspective.
Right. A 1.5 years, approximately, is how we would experience that. How they would experience that in terms of us coming here, which means if I was one of those people that was coming to Earth for 100,000 years, they would be missing me for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is astounding. That's the difference between our concept of 3D time and their non-time experience of life.
Exactly. Exactly. And of course, we have folklore, many stories of people going through portals or people going into other dimensions and thinking that hardly any time has passed. And when they get back to their own dimension, their own place, decades have passed.
Right.
Eons have passed. And so I think there's something to that. You know, in different dimensions, you experience time differently.
Yeah, it's more like
time doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. From once we leave this organic dimension of the third, the 4, 5, 6, it's all energy, it's all light. The higher you go, there's more concentrated plasma, and things move faster. But this is the last organic realm. From 4 up, there's no time. So when the shift, the event, the transformational shift, the higher dimensional shift happens, our lives will change completely.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why concepts like no aging and instant manifestation, they're so much easier to grasp when you don't have time as a measurement.
Wow, good point. I never thought of it from that perspective. Right, because
they're both dependent on time, right?
I once asked them, this is still early in my work, and I said, well, if that's true, how do I know when to show up for a meeting or not? Like, because there's my 3D mind going, who's going to tell me? I may write it down, I may miss it. And they're like, it's all telepathic. If we need you and you haven't showed up on time, we'll let you know. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't have the receptor sites set up to understand how it'll actually affect you and what new things will come your way and how you won't be needing like a day planner.
Right.
No, not necessary at all.
No. So I'm going to touch on some of the other concepts. So after these women said, you got to go find this woman, this Allison. You got to bring her to this conference. Okay. So I watched 1 or 2 of your videos, and now we'll just sort of touch on some of the concepts that I saw, that I watched you talk about.
Sure.
And these are quick quotes. And these are your clients making comments. It looks like I'm living life through colored cellophane. The earth will be 5D. It'll be the very beginning of 5D. I'm vibrating higher. Wow, this is strange. People don't die. They just depart and do something else. There will be ships, lots of ships. Many
I would
beings,
say there already are.
Many beings have already gone. There is a wave of light coming. It will flash. People have a glow. They have more light. Time is not linear. Now, there's a lot of other stuff here, but those are some of the snippets of some of the things that you've said. And that's when I'm using my hands now, and look at the alignment between the concepts that you're hearing today in 2018 that I've been learning since 2011 in my own work. Right. Very, very consistent. Feel free to expound on any of those as much or as little as you'd like to, and anything new you might have heard recently.
Well, yeah, I love it when, from my perspective, I'm sitting in these hypnosis sessions and, people come to me for hypnosis for relief, for guidance, for clarity, mostly for relief, for mental issues, emotional issues, physical issues, blocks, anything that's keeping them from living their best life. Now, in between that information that they get to help them is all of these little hidden kind of nuggets of really impressive stuff about the future and where we're heading for humanity and on a bigger scale in the universe. And then when I go back and I re-listen to these sessions, I find all these little pieces that people have said that match. They match. They don't know each other. They're separated by thousands of miles. They're separated by time, space, everything, and they match. And they don't know each other. And so that's when I find those pieces, I start thinking, there's a pattern here.
That's right.
I get enough data And then I start seeing the patterns. Yeah.
And there's consistency, interestingly enough,
Yeah.
from one person to the next, even though they don't know each other.
Absolutely. That's what the pattern is, right? Consistency. And so it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to see. And I kind of nerd out on it a lot. I really nerd out on it. I'm like, if I don't see a pattern, it's like, boring.
Right, exactly.
No,
But
it's
when
never boring.
when you see alignment of enough different patterns, you go, all right, there's got to be something going on here.
Absolutely, because to me, that's how truth weaves its way through our world, is through these patterns, right?
Very well said.
So when we can find these patterns, we find more of an alignment with truth. That's how I feel. So it starts ringing, like a tuning fork goes off in me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'm starting to hear it.
Yeah, got to pay attention to this. Yeah. Is there anything that you've heard that sort of, came out of left field that you would not have expected? Here we are a year down the road that you've been doing this, at least publishing it on YouTube.
Well, not so much that I don't expect, because my mind is so open to all of this stuff that ultimately I kind of expect the weird, the impossible, the unexpected. I kind of expect that stuff. But the newest trend that I'm finding that I really love, that really started to actually match up to your conference, which I'm so excited about, was the fact that many people are when we go through this hypnosis, they're being contacted, or they're getting into contact, unbeknownst to them, that this isn't their desire or anything. This is all designed by the higher self. They're putting them in contact with a higher dimensional version of themselves, a galactic version of themselves.
Okay.
And they're getting messages from that version of themselves that they're supposed to do X, Y, and Z on Earth, supposed to, either create something, make some music, pieces of art, inventions, anything that bring these higher frequencies down to Earth.
Okay.
Now, if that was just one person or two people or three people with messages like that, that'd be, it'd be cool. But no, this has been like consistent and so regular that I'm like, I can't not talk about this.
Right.
It's obvious that this needs to be talked about, and it needs to be, we're reaching this place in our lives where the evolution of the human is a being that is in contact constantly with their higher self, and in contact with their parallel lives, whether those are higher dimensional lives or another version of a 4D version of you that may be existing on this planet, or up in a spaceship, or completely in a different galaxy.
Yeah. And there are multiple versions. If you will, if the totality of your soul is a pizza or a pie, there's only one slice. Otherwise known by the technology guys as a fractal.
It's fractal.
Only one fractal that's coming down on Earth. Usually, there's only one fractal coming down on Earth and having a singular experience in one body. I met a woman recently, in this case being like 7 or 8 years ago, and she said that she was on a walk one morning when I met her in this walk around the neighborhood. We bumped into each other, had a conversation. She said that she was on a similar walk a couple of weeks before, engaged in a conversation with a man approximately her age, which was at the time like 64, 65. And they both discovered in meeting each other that she was the female aspect of that oversoul, and he was the male aspect of that oversoul at the same time incarnating on Earth.
How the heck did they figure that one out?
Wow.
Wow.
I had never heard that before. I was astounded. And she gave me a number of details that confirmed how closely these two people align. It was like bang, 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 bang. And they listed all these things in this conversation they were having.
Wow. That is impressive. Very impressive. Yeah. And I think the trick is to, when we're faced with something like that, or with dropping into meditation and accessing a different part of us, or with that part of us coming in through dreams, the trick is to stay out of fear. Because that's what we've been kind of conditioned to do. It's drop into fear as soon as we're approached by somebody who doesn't look like us. So when we go into these hypnosis sessions, man, we see all different types of characters, all different. And so the trick is, don't stay in fear. Love and accept that aspect of yourself and start that communication.
Right.
And whole doors open up to other worlds. And ultimately, sorry.
No, it is absolutely amazing, but go ahead.
Ultimately, when we contact those other parts of us and they're giving us information, once we pull down that higher frequency information to earth, everybody benefits. Everybody benefits. And so that's what we're being asked to do through these sessions. So many people are being asked to either start drawing those pictures, start doing these different modalities of healing that are from a higher frequency, because the head will be like, I don't know why I feel like I should make these different hand movements now that in my Reiki sessions or whatever. The head will say that, but the heart will be like, but I'm being guided to do that. I'm just going to do it. And when we have a session like this, clarity comes. Why am I being guided to do that? It's because this other being, this other aspect of you is giving you this information. And once you start moving the hands in this way and that way, it allows for these chakras to line up in a different way and pull in new energy to that being that wasn't here before on Earth. So that weaves its way through all of my sessions lately, that theme.
I had as an example, I had a similar experience back in late 2011 when I started to do my work. I learned about the origination point of my soul when it first experienced life, planet Dakota in the Pleiades, which is the Genesis planet for the people that are Lakota, Dakota, Nakota, Apache, Comanche, Cherokee, and on. Predominantly all of the people west of the Rockies that are the native people of this country. And I learned that because I'm originally from Dakota, that I also had 2 lives as a Lakota warrior, 1 life as a Dakota, another life as a Hopi medicine man. So I started to do research and to listen to Native American song. And I remember the first time that I read a sacred Lakota poem in the language, these tears started to come off my cheeks because I was speaking the language, literally, of my soul.
Yeah.
And then in the summer of 2012, I picked up the Native American flute for the first time. And I took, like a lot of kids, I took piano lessons. I played the guitar as a kid. I'm lousy at reading music, but to pick up this flute and play that music, it was like I had come home. I had never felt anything like that before in my life. That's only one example of the kind of thing that you're talking about, when people feel and recognize their heart and their higher self, and they pay attention and do something about it.
And their origins, and that exact feeling, that feeling of being home. That feeling of being home. That's also what is so present in these sessions. When they start accessing these other parts of themselves, they get that, they're able to carry that feeling of being home down on this earth. And it is so beautiful. It's a wholeness that was missing before. And it's astounding what that can do for healing, for relief, everything. I love it.
Well, you know what? I can't think of a better note to end this conversation on, because when I've held these events, these transformational shift conferences, now for the 3rd year, as I've talked to people after each conference or after each day, I meet these incredible women, maybe who hadn't been to my conference before, or those that are coming back, and almost every one of them have been touched. And many of them have tears in their eyes, and they're tears of joy. And they say, thank you for bringing these. And they're not talking about the speakers. They're talking about the people that are attending. Thank you for bringing these people together and for this newfound sense of community, of family.
Yeah.
That's the overriding theme that I'm hearing. And that's one of the reasons that I keep doing this, because I feel blessed to be able to have this format to touch people's lives and to maybe give them some new insight information they haven't heard before. But it's about community, family, friends, really.
Yeah, and connecting. Like that's the thing. We need each other right now, all of us, and we need to find each other, all of us, and we need to not talk ourselves out of that connection that we feel for one another. You know, maybe it's unacceptable to have those types of relationships because of who we're with or who we're married to or anything like that. But we absolutely need each other right now. And that comes through so many of my sessions. You need to find family. You need to find community. You need to be surrounded by people. You need to affect people. And because if you're just hiding and you're just isolating, you're not affecting anybody. And everybody is important right now.
Right. And doing it this way also promotes someone's growth.
Yeah.
Because and we're not saying that it's not important to go in and be isolated and to reflect for a while. It is important to go within and to tend to reflect. But I think what we are saying is feel what you're feeling, do something about it, take action, go out and meet with people who really resonate with you.
Yeah.
Speak your truths, open your voice, be heard. Those things are really, really important.
And don't talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, that's
Every
right.
day.
Yeah, listen to this, and not that.
Yeah, at this point, it's every damn day. Every day I have to make sure that I'm not talking myself out of something that I'm being told from my higher self to do, Yeah. Not logic the crap out of it. Right.
No analysis paralysis. That one.
Yes,
no.
That's very good. Yeah, no analysis paralysis. Right. I told a friend the other day I need to stop. Because I can control my thinking. As a lot of people who are on the spiritual path can, once they start realizing it's a tool that needs to be used at some point and put away sometimes. So I can control my thinking. And I told my friend, I need to stop thinking and start thanking. Like I'm that's how it is. That's how switching over to that gratitude goes from here, put you immediately down into here. Stop thinking, start thinking. Analysis paralysis.
And this beautiful part of the human body, the heart, is the one, at least metaphorically, that's the one that's in charge of intuition, of saying, okay, I know that whatever this decision is, this is the right path for this situation, because my heart tells me this is where I need to go.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, and when you make that decision, all of these doors that you would have not have expected, all these people you could have never anticipated come flooding into your life. And it is. I'm living it too. It's an amazing journey. Really.
Absolutely.
And so I want to thank those 3 or so women that said, "You got to talk to Allison." Okay.
I want to thank them too.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
Yeah, really. So
I'm super excited for this.
Yeah.
Thank people.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be so fun.
You'll have like a page of sisters by the time you leave the conference.
Yeah, good, because I have enough brothers.
Yeah.
3 older brothers. I don't need any more. No, I'm just playing. I'm totally joking.
Yeah, it's all good.
All of them.
It's all good. But
I don't.
And we get a pretty good mix. We get I think it's about prototypically 60 to 65%. At the most 70% women and 35 to 40% men.
Oh, interesting.
Every time I hold these events, that's the usual mix. But the really good thing is that I've never had anybody reticent to jump in and contribute, to ask questions. They're a good group of people. They all speak up. It'll be fun.
I love that. It makes it organic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would like you to be part of our organic Q&A speaker session on Sunday. So we're going to have 5, 6, 7 speakers, and as the natives would say, a talking stick. You put the microphone in their hand, and we have this open session where we just share among each other, and the speakers will answer questions, but it's It's all about us. It's about the community, not about the speakers at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. No, I would love to do that. I think that would be a great way to end the session, and I would love to be a part of that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, Allison Coe, QHHT practitioner, thank you for taking some time today and joining me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So for those of us who haven't heard about what we're talking about, it is the conference is called The Great Awakening: Messages from Our Galactic Family. It's going to take place the last weekend of September, the 28th through the 30th. The speakers include Native Zuni elder Clifford Mahudi, Michael Horn, who's the North American representative for Billy Myers, the Billy Myers Pleiades Switzerland case.
Yeah.
Author Sonia Barrett, who talks about the cosmic mind and how, I'm paraphrasing here, but the cosmic mind and what it's like for a human to live in a holographic world, because this is not what we think it is.
Right.
Let's see.
She's incredible too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's great. She's really, really good. Dr. Lynn Katai, the Phoenix Lights documentary, Tom Dongo, lifetime paranormal UFO investigator, and a whole bunch of other people. And you, my dear young lady, will be the keynote speaker on Saturday during the middle of the day. So I will say this with all of the sincerity that I have from both me and Allison. Please come and join us.
Please. Yeah. Yes, please come and join us. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to meet people face to face and be a part of this community, and can't be a part of a community if the community isn't there.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. If for any of you that are interested, you can go to the transformationalshiftevents.com website or the AndromedaCouncil.com website. And Allison, for any people that would like to get in touch with you, your website, your address, email, etc.
Yeah, it's www.soulfocus-hypnosis.com. That's my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in a few weeks.
All right. See you then.